Peace. The image of A Handmaid's Tale is being used by women's rights advocates in opposition to abortion laws, which, if you're familiar with the series, is a very appropriate comparison. But there's only one thing. I noticed that protesters usually only present themselves as June. There's never any mention of Aunt Lydia, the brutal enforcer of the patriarchy, or Mrs. Waterford, a key architect of her own oppression in exchange for privileges above lower caste women. That very dynamic is also applicable to the fight for women's rights. There is no voting bloc more stridently opposed to the assault on women's rights than black women voters. On the other hand, subsets of white women have been consistently reliable accomplices with white men in disempowering women, including themselves, in exchange for privileges above lower class women and or women of color. Imagine inviting black women to the fight that they've been fighting for generations since your ancestors first sunk their talons into their flesh. Imagine living in a country for centuries where black and indigenous and brown women have experienced the actual dystopia that you fear, and then believing that because laws finally impact you, this is where it begins. You are not the damsel to the white man's villain, you are the Bonnie to the white man's Clyde. The sooner you reconcile that fact, the better for all women. In the meantime, quit playing in black women's faces. We out here.